Some of you are wrecking your brains trying to figure out why your teams are demotivated. And I know as leaders, it can be very stressful because you're walking into work every day and you're looking at your staff members. And some of them look deflated, some of them look a little angry and frustrated. And now you're thinking to yourself, I don't understand. I've been doing everything in my power to motivate my employees and get them excited about their work. And it's just not happening. Don't worry about it. My name is Kathy Belletti, a leadership and empowerment coach, and I am going to give you three very quick tips that you can use to get out of the lack of motivation rut. So let's get into it. The first thing, you have to ask them. What's happening is sometimes as leaders, we make the mistake that what used to motivate us when we were in their shoes is the same thing that's motivating your team. You have to remember, you may have generations on your team. So what may be motivational to one person is boring to someone else. So first off, you have to know your team members. Are you meeting with them on a one-on-one basis? Now, it's one thing to meet as a crew every single week, but you have to be able to set time aside so that you can meet with your team members individually. And it's not always going to be about work. You need to know about their goals. What do they want out of this position? They may have other aspirations that you may have never known about. But then also, that's your personal time so that you can get to know your employees much better. And then you will be able to understand what actually motivates them. But most importantly, you have to ask them. Sometimes as leaders, we're just making all of these assumptions when the answer is right in front of our face. Just ask them, what motivates you? If you were in my shoes, what would you do to motivate this team? Go straight to the source. Depending on what they tell you, you may be thinking to yourself, wow, how come I never thought about that? Well, you never thought about that because you're not them, you're you. All right. So make sure that you're asking your team members what makes them happy. What would make the department more fun? Because you're trying to get more productivity out of your team members, right? So you have to be able to find out what makes them tick. Here's the second one, give kudos. You know, a lot of times when we think about our employees, they're just thinking work, work, work. Okay, here we go. Employee of the month, big whoop. The problem with that is sometimes if you have a really big company, a lot of your employees are not interested in stuff like employee of the month because in their minds, they're like, well, that's a needle in a haystack. I don't think I'll ever be selected. You know, so find little things that you can do to give each team member kudos. All right. Side note, I know that some of you have team members where you're going to think that this is really hard to find something good to say about them, right? But now that should make you think, why is this person on your team if you can't find anything that they're doing good? All right. So think about that. Give them kudos. It makes them feel good about themselves and it builds their confidence. Think about when you were younger or even your adult life. Every time someone goes, great job. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Some people may think it's corny, but really and truly, deep down inside, you're like, you know what? I did do a great job. And it starts to make you feel so much better about yourself. And as a result, now you want to go out and do way more great stuff that's going to gain you more acknowledgement. Your employees are exactly the same. All right. So make sure that you give them acknowledgement, especially when it comes to sales roles. Sometimes in sales roles, employees feel like, you know what, it's all about numbers and expectations and sales and quotas, right? So they feel as if, all right, if I did good 1 month, the next month I'm starting from zero and I'm absolutely nobody again. That's a problem, right? Because we have to get our employees to remember what they did well so that they can repeat those same habits again. All right. So give them kudos, acknowledge them for a job well done. And here's the third thing, promote growth. Believe it or not, some of your employees, they do want to get to the next level. And I understand in some companies, you may not have that opportunity where there may be a position open for that person to climb the ladder. So here's what you do. If you know that there's somebody on your team that has potential to be your right-hand person, start giving them more opportunity. I remember before I became a leader for the first time, I started acting as if I was in that position already. So I would go to my director at the time and I would ask him, hey, can I run the meeting? Hey, can I do a training meeting? Hey, can I run, let's say, the numbers and expectations sales meeting for the week? and I started to get practice. But most importantly, my director believed that I had the potential. So he was giving me free range. And then little by little, he started to teach me more things. Now, when an opportunity came around for me to get promoted, guess what? I didn't feel like I was out there in the desert by myself because I was already practicing these traits before. It's the same thing with the members on your team. Give them the opportunity for growth. If you have seniors that are on your team, start giving them little authority, so that they start to feel empowered. They start to feel important. And now they start to feel as if, okay, there may be something here. There's an opportunity. And now they start thinking about, bigger things and bigger goals. And it actually increases productivity because now they feel as if they matter. All right, follow these 3 tips immediately. Take a step back and look at the members on your team. Have those one-on-one meetings, right? So that you can get to know them on a personal level. And the more you know about your employees, the more you're going to understand how to empower them. All right. If you found this video helpful, make sure that you like and subscribe. And I know a lot of you have other leaders in your circles who can actually benefit from this information also. So don't forget to share the pot. See you in the next video.